Well, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from Brossard REM station. In just a few minutes behind me, the very first regular service train from here to Deux-Montanges will be pulling in, and we're going to be on it, taking it all the way up the line for this very fun and historic occasion. I'm very much looking forward to this. I hope that you are. Here we go.
That's right, it's finally here. After 3 years of planning and 7 years of construction, the bulk of the Reseau Express Metropolitan is now open for riders as of this morning. What was initially a network consisting of 5 stations and 17 kilometers of track has expanded exponentially to include 14 new stations and an extra 33 kilometers of rail line. That's equivalent to 241 Canadian football fields. Despite the early morning hour, there are actually a handful of people ready to ride this train. However, most of them are commuters who are heading into the city for work and probably not too thrilled having a couple of excited train enthusiasts ready to yak away the whole trip. But a little before 5:30, the train glides into the platform and we step aboard to begin our scheduled 55-minute journey north to Deux-Montanges. It's also at this point that my friend Malcolm shows up mere seconds before departure.
It's of you to show up right on time.
Yeah. Oh, I had to buy my AB pass.
ABC.
Really?
Deux-Montanges is Zone C.
Oh.
You better hope they're not going to get fair inspected when we get out there. Good job, Malcolm.
Yeah. It's going great this morning.
We're off to an amazing start. Hey, we made the train. That's all that matters. Second now, and there we go. We're now off on the first revenue service to Deux-Montanges.
Yes, so before we continue, quick trip to Pedantry Corner. I am not technically the first passenger on the REM going to Deux-Montanges, as over the previous weekend, the REM had an open house where passengers could ride the entirety of the new extension for free, as well as get some cool swag items while they were at it. There was also a special press trip taken the Friday before opening, and there was another trip for contest winners on Thursday, and even before all of that, there have been many members of the construction crew riding the REM during testing. However, I was the first passenger to tap in and enter the Brossard REM today, so by that logic, I'm the first revenue passenger to Deux-Montanges. Anyway.
Bienvenue à bord du REM. Direction A4. Deux-Montanges.
After departing Brossard, we cross into the median of Highway 10, stopping at Duquartier in Panama, crossing over the Samuel du Champlain Bridge, stopping again at Ile des Sœurs, before circumnavigating the Via and Exo train yards, and rolling into Gare Centrale.
Oh wow, yeah, a lot of people want to get on this one. Hey, a bunch of people upside down. The question is, how many people get off?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Okay. It's a good bit. There's a couple that stay on.
Non-foamers.
I'll be damned. Some people are genuinely using this service. What a surprise! You build a train that people want to go to and people want to use it.
Build it and they'll fund it.
That's a crazy idea, right?
Prochaine station. McGill.
Our first new station is McGill, which is arguably the station I'm most excited about. This station connects to the Montreal Eaton Centre and Place Montréal Trust shopping malls, the McGill Green Line metro station, and of course just steps away from its namesake, McGill University, meaning McGill has the second most direct rail connections of any university in Montreal. Take that, Concordia!
So after the stretch, we're going to go under Mount Royal. This is actually really cool.
Yeah.
After leaving McGill, we proceed directly under Mount Royal in a tunnel called the Mount Royal Tunnel. But despite its generic name, this tunnel is anything but. It was originally constructed in 1911 by the Canadian Northern Railway, who were late to the game in building a connection to downtown Montreal, and thus had to go underneath Mount Royal to access the city, rather than go around it like the Canadian Pacific and Grand Trunk Railroads had done. The company took 7 years to finish building the tunnel, which totals 5 kilometers or 17,896 NFL footballs in length, the third longest in all of Canada. Given that the tunnel goes directly under Mount Royal, no ventilation shafts could be built, resulting in only electric trains being permitted to use this tunnel.
This is amazing! Whoa! Ottawa be damned!
Given the magnitude of such a project, how is the Canadian Northern able to finance it? Well, you'll find out after the next station.
All right, welcome to the deepest underground rail station in Canada. Got a direct connection to the Blue Line, Invested Montreal. So now McGill and Invested Montreal are one stop away from each other, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, a little scary that McGill and UDM students are going to be let out of their containment zones.
Right?
Now, we ended up taking a little time to visit Edouard Montpetit on our way back to Montreal, and oh man, is this station awesome. They even integrate part of the bedrock into the station itself. How cool is that? Now, like many deep underground stations, you can only access the platforms via high-speed elevator, and let me tell you, these things are fast. The footage that you see now is not sped up in any way, and honestly, it barely feels like you're moving too. The only way you know you're going anywhere is based off of the lights on the sides of the elevator. Now, I could spend more time talking about the insane engineering required to build this station, but RM Transit has an excellent video talking about just that, so I'll link it in the box above if you want to learn more about it. Enjoying the video so far? Go ahead and hit that like button so YouTube knows you're enjoying it, and hit that subscribe button while you're at it too, as well as the notification bell. That way you're notified anytime I post a new video. I still have lots of travel adventures from all over the world that still have yet to be posted, and you definitely don't want to miss out on any of them. After spending 8 minutes underground, we finally see the light of day at our next station, Kenora, although you'd be mistaken for not realizing it given the sun won't rise for another hour.
And person. We have two people. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Even though the station itself is new, the location of Kenora and most of the other stations between here and Deux-Montanges are not. You see, in order to finance the construction of the Mount Royal Tunnel, the Canadian Northern Railway intended to develop the area north of the mountain into an idyllic suburb, advertising it as an oasis away from downtown while still affording easy access to Montreal using their railway. These stations were intended to be served by the Canadian Northern after completing their tunnel. However, financial issues during World War I resulted in the railway being absorbed by the Canadian government and rebranded as Canadian National. Although the railway didn't survive, their housing projects did and became known as Kenora, from the first two letters of each word of the railway name, and the town of Mount Royal, which we're just pulling into now. It's also at this point that we meet the first southbound service, where a few familiar faces are aboard.
Oh my god, there's so many! Oh my god!
I actually got a decent shot.
That was insane! Wait, let's just okay. Oh my goodness.
I'll post that on socials.
Hilarious.
Crossing under the Trans-Canada Highway, we approach Côte de Liesse, yet another major transfer point along the REM, as we'll connect riders on EXO Line 15 to Mascouche in the very near future. The station will also be the northern terminus of the system on certain evenings while work on the remaining branches are completed, something that many regular users of the REM aren't too thrilled about. Even as late as 1 week before this extension's opening, the REM would regularly close early or suspend service entirely to allow for important work to be carried out on the system, requiring shuttles to provide service that often ran late and was overcrowded. When the whole system closed down for 6 weeks this summer, many municipalities on the South Shore tried to push to bring back regular bus service to downtown, which were suspended to prevent competition with the REM. While there have been no planned closures announced beyond the short turning of trains after 9 p.m., it is yet to be seen if the REM can operate as efficient a service as advertised now that it has massively grown its prospective ridership base, estimated to be as high as 42,000 riders during rush hour alone.
He can explain it.
That's how we got in.
So explain how you got here.
So I accidentally got on a non-revenue train at McGill. I'm sure all of you were so proud to be the first people on the first train, but how many of you can say you were the 0th?
You know what? Fair enough. The negative first.
Time of my life you asked
Did
me,
they
I
kick
said
you
a
off?
lot.
Also, I approve of the shirt.
After leaving the Bois-Franc station, the line splits in two, with one branch continuing over to the airport and West Island, and the one we're on turning northwards towards Deux-Montanges. The second branch is still to be completed, with the latest estimates placing the West Island portion to be completed in spring 2026, and the airport branch in 2027. Although this is beyond the original timelines provided when the project was first started, remember that was less than 10 years ago. By North American standards, having a brand new infrastructure project within 12 years of being announced and 9 years after start of construction is pretty dang good, especially when it's cost effective as the REM, coming in at about 124.5 million Canadian dollars for every kilometer, or 147.6 million US dollars per mile, substantially less than similar projects in Los Angeles, New York, and yes, even Toronto.
It's the opening day of the new REM extension, and instead of reviewing each stop one by one, I've something to say that deserves your attention. I want to be doing a metro speed run. I think the REM station reviews ought to wait, cause if we start them now then we'll finish too late, and there'll be nothing to do and it's too cold to bike. When the Montreal Metro's on strike. Montreal Metro's on strike. Montreal Metro's on strike again. Montreal Metro's on strike.
Montreal Metro's on strike,
my friend.
The Montreal Metro's on strike. The Montreal Metro's on strike again. The Montreal Metro's on strike. Yay!
I really
Beat
wanna-
that, Miles.
In a nod to the Montreal Metro, where every station is architecturally unique, the REM follows a system of dividing each part of the network into zones, creating tilework for each station unique to that zone. Having left the mixed urban zone after Bois-Franc, we've entered the waterfront zone, made clear by running along and over the Rivière des Prairies, which we do just before pulling into Ile Bigra. A little over an hour after our departure from Brossard, we reached Deux-Montanges, the northern terminus of the REM. In addition to being the terminus, Deux-Montanges is also home to a maintenance and storage facility for over 200 Alstom Metropolis Saint-Laurent used by the REM, which spread this work out to 3 of the soon-to-be 4 future termini.
All right. Welcome to Deux-Montanges. This is the end of the line. Guess the only thing to do is head back. How come now that you've ridden the entirety of the REM, what are your thoughts?
Good, good. Although we were 10 minutes behind schedule because they were waiting to hold the doors at the stations. But no, I'm excited because I have orchestra rehearsal by Station Côte des Neiges, and it takes me like the better part of an hour to get there from McGill. So
Yeah, it's gonna cut your commute big time.
I enjoy it.
It's a lot like the Sydney Metro, in the way that they replaced a commuter rail branch line with a new automated light metro.
So, what do I have to say about the REM? Simply, I'm awestruck. Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever expected such a modern transit system to be built in a city that I'm fortunate enough to call home, nor would I have expected a transit line to be so diverse in terms of locations and duties that it serves. Not only does it serve as a much-needed north-south connector in downtown Montreal, but it helps to simplify trips between the north and south shores of the metropolis, creating new connections that have required several transfers before. For the Deux-Montanges branch especially, the REM restores a rail service that people have depended on for over a century, not only making it faster and more frequent, but creating a service that is truly world-class. In fact, every train heading into downtown once rush hour rolled around was absolutely packed with commuters, already demonstrating the incredible benefit that this project has on the community, decreasing travel times and cars on the road going into Montreal. But even more than all of that, I am excited for the opportunities that this will create for individuals living, working, and visiting this great city. For me personally, the REM extension reduces my commute to school by half of what it took before the extension, making it easier for me to get to classes and events on campus with greater flexibility than ever before, given the REM's frequent schedule and generous operating hours. This opening has me as excited as ever for the West Island stations to open in the spring and for the much-needed airport connection to open in 2027. We don't have to dream about the future of transit anymore. It's already here, and it's already incredible. Hey, thanks for watching this video on the opening of the Deux-Montanges REM extension. I know I am not consistent at all with my upload schedule, but as I mentioned, there are so many travel videos and projects that I am working on that I'm hoping to get out very soon. So go ahead, subscribe. That way you are notified as soon as they're out, and hopefully we'll make it so that you don't have to wait another year for the next video to come out. Thanks for tagging along this time. Hope to see y'all in the next one.